Is it working?
Preview not supported during live stream. I feel like it says live. Here, I want to see if I can. How do I send you the link to copy this? Okay, so it's still going, so I can at least send you this.
Not live on your channel. You got an email, so it must be live.
No, I want to see. View your screen.
Yeah, it says live on the GoPro.
Haha!
Aha.
I think there are 4 people in here.
Me included, and probably you included.
Maybe.
Yes. Oh, it's fine. It's delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed as hell.
What I'll do.
Michael says we see ya.
We see.
Michael Coffin.
Alright, cool. So what I'll do is I can. Don't move your laptop. Actually, no, don't worry about it. I was hanging up on this.
We got Nate here. Repu is there. Would like to hear an update. We got the Dwight Mamba, the one and only.
Michael says we see ya.
Alright, cool. So what I'll do is I can. Don't move your laptop. Actually, no, don't worry about it. I was hanging up on this.
We got Nate here. Repu is here an update. We got Dwight Mamba.
There we go. So mine's muted, so it shouldn't cause any funky stuff. I'm too blind.
I'm gonna try to pull it up on my laptop so you can hear that.
We don't really need to hear it. I mean, they hear us. We don't need to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear myself talk. So. WTF?
Oh, so you can see the comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I set up my phone
Okay.
so I can see comments as they come up.
Sweet.
Oh, Steven just messaged. Actually, I'll check that one on my other phone.
Mister, I got 2 phones over here.
Well, you know. All right, what did Steven say?
Oh, so you can see the comments?
Not yet. Steven asked, you guys happen to grab tabletop photos of the tank? He's talking about that tank. Which is a thing of beauty. Gotta wait for that to move. So, that's the dry sump tank for the Repu project, which is made by ARA Performance. We're going to use that in the Repu as well as the Ultima. As of now, it's serving as a light holder, and then also the Ultima RS. So I like the tank. We're going to use it. Yeah. And as far as the rest of the Repu project, I have an update coming up here pretty soon. It's going to be, oh geez, and after Thanksgiving we'll do another update video on that. So it's been busy.
So to answer your question, Steven, yes, we're gonna do it.
Let's look at videos. Oh, they know we're amateurs. You don't gotta tell them.
I'm just covering my bases. We got 9 people. 9 people watching.
Hey, it's about double what I thought. So, yeah, it's been wild. We've got S2000 I'm doing a cage in right now, which, say hi, Mitch. So that's, we'll get that down later and show you some of the wells. I just have the main hoop done, but when that gets done, I can get the Repu over there. And then also get the Zenv8 back in here. I know Rob and the RPS guys are going to be excited about that. So Zenv8 is going to get its wheels under it, if you will. So that'll be good. See, Mamba has 2 phones.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's why I have 2 phones, because one's always broken or out of battery. Live now, check it out. Excuse me. So, what other fun? Let's see. We can get up and walk around.
If you wanna.
Oh,
There we go.
let me know if we lose it or something. Actually, I can do this, and I can see both. The Ultima mold. I laid the last bit of the mold this weekend. So I got the last bit, second to last bit. And now I get to lay that. It's messy. It's going to take another few hours, but once that's done, then I can finally pull some carbon out of it. Well, Kevlar. Oh, hey, random Rob. Just killed the GoPro.
Check it
Cool. That sounds good. Everybody, random Rob, he does watches. He's got a lot of subscribers, and he told me to do YouTube 5 years ago now.
Something like that.
Back when he told me to do YouTube, he had 2,500 subs, I think. Which I think we might hit 3,000 this month yet.
Yeah, we're at 29 something.
Rob's somewhere over 50,000 subs. He does a bunch of watch stuff. It's cool. And then as far as Phil is the coolest neighbor ever.
So, Dwight said anything new with the downhill snow bike?
Yeah, we're waiting on snow. So, yeah, Dwight, I've got 2 of my bikes. I sold one of the bikes last year. It went to Hoodoo Resort, Hoodoo Mountain in Oregon. It was initially going to be used as a high-end rental or a premium rental, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know that that's going to happen. It sounds like the owner doesn't want anybody riding it. So,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That price.
I mean, not that it would hold up, but just waiting on snow now. It's looking like another couple weeks yet, based on the 14-day. So, Palmer Monson, sorry. A lot of plans in the NV8.
Yeah, what can you talk about?
Well, we have Elbins for a gearbox supporter. So we have one on order. 6-speed. We custom built some things for the gearbox. Custom designed some things for the gearbox, so that way the suspension is stressed. Remember. So the control arms, I'll show you here. The control arms, instead of having this little subframe thing, which works great, but instead of having all the tubing, it's about 50, 60 pounds, the control arm is going to bolt right to the gearbox. This is not an Elbins, but essentially we're able to modify, add some things to the already existing Elbins design and use that. So that's a development. Another development, we're still in negotiations. I don't want to talk about it quite yet, but I think we have an engine supplier, and assuming it goes through, it's going to stay a V8. It's going to be an LSX based V8, and it's designed to make a lot of power. So we'll see how it goes. I'll do a standalone episode just to announce that. It might even be on another live. So otherwise, if that goes through, we're considering trying to rush it through for this year at Pikes Peak. I mean, we already have the formula down, but we have to make a decision by January 15th, I think, which with everything else I have going on in the shop, it's going to be pretty darn hard to get done. So it's going to take significant funding, which is also not out of the realm of possibilities, to get it done. So yeah.
So he also said any future plans with Palatov, the Palatov guys. I don't know if you saw that.
I
Palmer
did.
Okay.
Let me. There we go.
Ooh, all-wheel drive coming to the NV at 2.
With Baltov guys, I'll continue to order uprights and whatnot from them, whatever they'll build. It's easier to have them build it than us. So, as far as all-wheel drive, if you look at the previous video that we loaded, it's the hybrid system for Beastie hatchback. That kind of was designed for, in my mind, to actually use on the NVA program. We had to do a really narrow thing, the gearboxes are going to be super narrow and all that. If they work as well as we hope, there's a chance they'll find their way out of the NV8, but that's going to take some simulation because the full system is 350 pounds, which is a lot. Now that must be my awesome neighbor, Phil. Does that sound like Phil?
Yeah.
That's
oh yeah, that's Phil.
So yeah, 350 pounds is not an insubstantial amount of weight. However, if simulations within our F1 our F1 teammates, they have softwares and things. If they run the simulations and it shows it's faster, we'll put it on there. So, but that's not happening this year. That might be a 2022 thing if we're lucky. So, let's see what else we got. Wing element stuff. Let's see. What's the usual size difference ratio between an element and a multi? Geraint, Lavas? Sorry, I probably butchered that. I don't know if there's any real ratio. I mean, I think to give you a reference, my wings are about 16-inch for the main cord, and I want to say they're 6.5 or 7-inch for the secondary. So, yeah, if that gives you anything, and I'm sure that varies based on different things. It seems to be about a third, maybe a little more than a third. So, Mamba, any electric on the distant horizon? I have no interest in it personally, except for the hybrid. I don't think. I don't think it's going to work for budget. Obviously, if someone comes to me and say, here's an electric drivetrain, battery, and everything, yeah, I'll do it. But we're a bit away from that. So, Turbo X Sub, sick tank. Yeah, it is a sick tank. I love those things. Not even the. Let's see. Missed one. Oh, Matt C. ASAP. We've got them some things set aside. Got a location picked out, but we can't get building materials right now. And what you can get, it's in some cases 4 times the cost. So I will not be spending money on that right now. I'll get through another year here if I have to. I don't care if it drags out. So, KC Push and Genius Garage. I've never heard of them. I don't spend much time on YouTube.
I have to force him to watch things if I think it's like in any correlation.
I'm too busy working. I just work, and then
I'll look him up though and see what they're
yeah,
about.
Mitch will look him up. So
When are you looking to upgrade the shop?
that's what I was just talking about.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was
I'm
like-
behind.
So yeah, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, we've got plans to, but with COVID and the world where it's at, it's just not going to happen right this second. At the earliest, it's going to be spring.
Because we need it.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, the shop is tiny, so. Oh gosh, what's Christopher sending me? Besides another dead snake skin, which Evan ruined it. Evan is such a chump sometimes.
I posted it to Facebook, by the way. Did you do that before you started?
No, I didn't.
I was about to say, use your other phone and use the link. I did tag you.
Oh, okay, good. Let's see. Are you turbo? Let's see. Did we miss any questions? I feel like we missed questions. Good. Oh, here's one.
Sorry, I was looking up this Casey
Oh, you're fine.
guy. He seems like he'd kind of be a cool dude. So he's a craftsman, engineer, genius garage racing, aerospace, and design programs.
Nice.
Yeah, that might be kind of cool. He's good for him. He's got a good channel.
Ah,
Got
cool.
137,000 subscribers. Good for you.
Yeah,
If you ever see this, Casey.
it's a lot of work
Yeah.
to maintain it. Matt, see, that'd be great. If when the time comes, I'll be calling in barters and favors and friends and buying lots of beer, I'm sure. Got a lot of friends that are builders. My dad's a builder, so he'll be doing the primary framing and whatnot, but he's a framer, so he's not going to want to bog himself down building the whole shop. So, Turbo X SUV, everything to fabricate. I like to fabricate a lot of stuff. Things I don't like. Let's do that. I don't like doing roll cage, plate to chassis. That absolutely drives me bonkers, and usually it's impossible to get to as far as where the plates are. Usually involves me standing on my head, propping the welder pedal somewhere up in the car. So that's that. What else? I mean, carbon stuff's pretty cool. You have to be in the mood for carbon because it's so slow. Like it's boring. So you almost have to be you got to clock out type thing.
I think that was the one thing when you showed me what you did with the S2000, and I was like, oh look, those are in a very odd spot.
Yeah,
You're
how'd
like,
you do those?
Yeah, how'd you do those?
Well, I stood on my head for 35 minutes. That's how.
Will the Riku be street legal?
Yeah, because it's technically vintage. I mean, it's gonna have a VIN number. Well, it has a VIN number and all that good stuff. So that's gonna be on the customer because he's in California. But because it's so old, yeah, they'll let it in.
I was about to say, because they don't, once it's like declared as vintage, they don't have technically the same safety
No.
standards, right? Yeah.
No safety, no smog. So
Limited edition beer for you and Mitchell. Well, Chris, let's see if we can make that happen.
So, I don't know how it found its way in the truck, but there was some Pliny Elder when I got the Repu from Steven. And I tried to get more, and I can't get it unless I go to California. So that was really sad about that. Found it in the truck. Mitch is looking at me like, what? Rob, so I've got EJ Trash, and still sitting here. I can't find a D series, and I have a complete J swap, basically just chilling all over my shop. And I've thought about it, but the shell is so shitty that, pardon my French, I can't say that. Oops. Beep. Edit. The shell is so rough that I don't know that I want to put the effort into it, but once the swap is done, I can take it out and put it in another car. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just scrap the car and find a clean shell.
I was about to say, and rough enough to the fact, or to the point where he didn't even want me to have it, because I actually wanted it to try to like learn on. He was like, "That's probably not the best one you should learn on."
Well, I mean, you can learn to drive.
Yeah, that I can, but like actually
Bounce it off some snowbanks.
anything else like, you know, fixing it or body related.
So, let's see. Grand Prix kits I buy. Oh yeah, now I remember you, Matt. Let's see, how fast do I think it will be? I'm assuming you mean the Repu, Palmer. It's gonna be pretty wicked. I mean, I think it weighs 1,300 pounds right now. Completed, it's gonna be well under 2,000. Trying to talk Steven into doing some aero stuff. I think he's gonna do a light aero package. Floor and some subtle wings, so it's gonna have some pretty good downforce. Yeah, so it'll be quick. It'll do more than just look the part. Let's see, Matt. Do I ever want to build a car for the winter snow rally? You must mean snowdrift. I don't. I have built one. Dylan Helfrich ended up with it. I sold it to Dylan in 2011, which he campaigned for many. I think he just sold it like last month. So I've built one. The way the rally situation worked, I didn't want to spend all the money to go through and drive an all-motor Subaru. It just didn't seem appealing to me. So at that point, I shifted to Pikes Peak. I don't have any regrets there. That was life-changing. So, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, I got a rally car you want to drive," I'd be like, "Sure," But I'm not going to go through and put the effort into a rally car just to literally destroy it. So, at least with Pikes Peak, you're not bouncing off snowbanks. At least hope not. What else?
Oh shoot, we got 16 people. Hot dang.
Hot dang. What else we got? I thought we could do it. Go do.
You gonna do a little shop tour?
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, it's tight. Oh, good. I can see. It gives me the screen behind the GoPro.
Oh, it does really?
Yeah. So, let's do the roll cage. Just got to slide that chair a little bit. There.
I'll hold.
You don't have to look at me. Thanks, Matt. Palmer, when are you going back to Pikes Peak? As a driver, I don't have that say. I've tried to go back 4 times since 2012, and they've said no every time. Ask them why. Let's see. Michael Coffin, what got me into composites? Well, I could build the whole rest of the car, but I couldn't do any carbon, so I learned specifically to build the NV8 basically. So it spent a year doing that, and I don't want to say I mastered it, but I'm getting better. Here's the start of the roll cage in the S2000. Someone asked me, what's your pulse setting on? I don't pulse on roll cages. No, just and this roll cage is dough call, 1 3/4 inch. And
Dwight's comment. Bring
yeah,
back Let Cody.
Well, actually, I did get an answer last time. In past years, it's been, we're full. I'm like, okay, whatever. But this last time, they want to see me actually drive some more and, get some more racing under my belt, which COVID destroyed. Thanks, China. So, this cage is going to be a full wheel-to-wheel cage. So, you got to finish up some Xing back here. And then it's going to be, I've actually not done a NASCAR style door yet, but this is going to get that. So that'll be fun. Pretty simple cage, super easy to do without a roof. It's nice.
Ooh, you ever gonna build a monocoque based NVIT? A subframe with some stretched gearbox transmission?
Yeah, Palmer. That's what this is for. Yeah, I went big on purpose. So let's just say there's another generation already in design right now. That's all I can say. Lee Hamrick asked, how am I coping tubing? Harbor Freight, baby. It's built, I don't know, hundreds of roll cages. Well, probably, not hundreds. Probably 30 roll cages and 2 NV8s and the repo.
Old topic. What was the first build you remember having fun with? Well, you told me you built your first turbo at 16 or 17, right?
Yeah, but he asked that and I just got instantly depressed because I don't remember having any fun. I just remember work.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. My S2000 was a blast. It was a 2001, I believe, S2000. I did a turbo setup on it. I did some pretty big wheels. I think it made almost 500 wheel. This was back in 2004, 2005.
Yes, I bet it got up and go, or it got up and
Yeah,
go.
and I spent the whole summer at the track with that thing, and I just beat the heck out of it. Now I slurred that one in. So
I think that one might be alright.
so, what's 11%?
I was going to say we're still at 52% on the GoPro.
Chris said it's 11%. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Yeah, so the S2000 was fun. Let's see. I had the NSXs were fun, but those were so nerve-wracking to drive that you hit a pop. It's the NSX that became the Pikes Peak NSX. I thrashed that one. That was a blast. I had 2 years of that at the track, quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question because you as the builder, like you only think of the complications. And so like you don't think of like those times that you went to the track or like the final it's completed, it works.
Yep.
Where you just are like, this was a pain in the butt, or like,
right.
This took so much time and effort. So it's kind of hard for you to like think of the good, the positive
right.
about that.
Let's see, are you... I'll get Michael's question first.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the beer is 11%. Nice.
They try to kill us.
Well, I'm thinking batteries died. How the hell does he know where the battery's at? Michael, I've got 2 existing F1 engineers on the NV8 team. I don't want to put too many words in their mouth. They're assisting in their spare time. So I'm basically... So if we go back, I'm a part of a group on Facebook called Mulsane's Corner. And every few years there seems to be somebody is like, oh, what about international team? Everybody just pitches in and we build a car for Le Mans. It's never happened. People have tried, people have started, it's failed. We've done that for Pikes Peak. 2017, which started in 2015, Sebastian, who works for Alfa Romeo F1, reached out to me and wanted to be a part of it. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I love Pikes Peak. I want to build a car. He's like, I don't have time to actually build it. I'm like, well, I can build it, but I don't know what I'm doing with the CAD and all that stuff. So we estimate he's got 700 to 900 hours into designing the NV8 Aero. I've got probably 2,000 building the car, the molds and all that. So that's how we built the NV8 International, all through Facebook Messenger. We're sending step files back and forth, and it's pretty cool.
Well, and I remember talking to you about it too. It's like the amount of money that you need for like Le Mans and that stuff, like it's so impossible unless you find like that big sponsor money.
Oh,
For
Le Mans is, that's millions.
Yeah, that's like tens of millions.
Yeah, we won't. I mean, we could go rent a car, but for us to build Le Mans legal car has to pass FIA. I'm not saying it's impossible, but that kind of money is not going to be accessible to me for a while.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the cool part though about Pikes Peak and what you've been able to do. It's like you can be that small team and like have a running shot.
Yep.
What you guys did.
Yep. Yeah. So we get a proper drivetrain in there, which it could go really well. And then we just happen to have a Steg as a driver, which a lot of you know the story, but I went to PRI in 2015 with the NV8 without a body on it, and some random dude named Paul Gerard called him, like, who the heck's this guy? And yeah, he's like, I want to drive your car at Pikes Peak. I'm like, okay. And at the time, I'd been denied at Pikes Peak. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get in. So let's get someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I asked him his experience, asked him, how tall he is, all that stuff. Like, okay, sure. So then that was in early 2015. No, late 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then built the car over the next year. And then I first met Paul in person June of 2017. Hopped in the car, drove around, did Pikes Peak. So that was pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Random Rob, a lot of miles on the SRT4. Oh yeah, I did have an SRT4. That was fun. It was, I learned the value that horsepower doesn't always equal speed. I mean, it's fast, but you also have to stop. So, let's see, did you take that NSX to the Viper race and win? Viper race. I don't remember Viper race.
That's not ringing any bells to me.
Mm-mm.
Ooh, but I like this one. Plans sending the NV8 around the U.S. to smash track records.
Now it ties in with Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, plans or dreams, because they're two different things. Plans are in place to maybe make dreams happen. We'll see how things go there. There's stuff I can't talk about yet. But that is a dream, yeah. Do a whole tour around Europe and see what we can do. Oh yeah, now I remember that. Okay, I remember that, Michael. Oh, yeah, Audi Man, I never did that. I didn't do much racing with the NSXs. I did Pikes Peak in 2012 with kind of an NSX, and that was it. I moved on just because they're too darn expensive to race. When you could build a tube chassis for half the cost of one. So.
But Michael, I second your comment about Nürburgring. I feel like that's something we would like to accomplish.
Yeah, the car would do very well there. And Paul knows Nürburgring pretty well too. So I don't know that we could. We'd have to beat a 919. That'd be the crazy one. That'd be a tall order. I don't remember. I think that thing was making over 1,200 horsepower based on calculations.
I think it did a 550 something.
No, it was like a 519.
Was it that?
Yeah, it was pretty low.
Because I saw the IDR did. Let's see.
IDR was the 5 something, but that's an electric car. It has no top speed.
Yeah, but the 919 demolished the IDR.
Oh, I know. That's why I think it was a 519. Mitch is looking right now. So, if things go well with the NV8 partnership, we could do over 2,000 horsepower easily with the engine partner that's potentially on board.
You were right, 519.
It is 519.
And IDR was 605.
Okay, so
And the former before that was a 956 Porsche with a 611 in 1983.
yeah, it took a while.
Wow, that's flying.
Well, that was probably 1,000 horsepower back then.
Jeez.
So exactly. I mean, so you know what? The most fun I've had at the track in the last few years is EJ Trash this summer. We did a video in July. You just went out and had fun because I had $400 into the car, and who cares if it completely went up in flames? Which it didn't. We did blow it up though, so it still runs. I thought about doing some kind of kill the D series video to see how long it actually lasts, but I don't want to push the thing.
I was about to say now is unfortunately not the time with our weather.
Yeah, so good. Benoit tells me just put some Rotella tea in it, some Shell Rotella tea, and send it. I don't know about all that. 2,000 horsepower, 2,000 pounds in the future. Yeah, it's if the partnership goes through. Yes, 2,000. It'll do more than 2,000. So the engine itself is done over 3,000 in drag racing trim. So
I still can't believe that. That's crazy.
You want to talk about a silly time attack run? There's no way we could run the car at Pikes Peak with that kind of power. There's not enough air to cool it. We don't have enough radiator on the car to cool it. Yeah, I think we're set up for somewhere around 1,200 horsepower. We could probably, what we would probably do is we could probably cool 13 or 1,400 horsepower below the W's at Pikes Peak, and then we would have to drop power just to keep the thing cool, because the W's that's the hard part of Pikes Peak. But at sea level on a road course, we could probably get a couple laps at 2,500 horsepower. You'd have to cool it down afterwards. Well, you'd destroy the tires too. One lap at that kind of power, the rear tires would just be shreds. So.
Well, I think you were mentioning to me you're gonna have the power to cool what consistently? How much consistently? Was it 13?
Where? Pikes Peak?
No, just like on a like say you were going to Gingerman.
I don't know. There's
like if you wanted to run it for a day, like at Gingerman, what, like 13?
No. If we're doing endurance racing, 800 or 900
okay.
at the most, just because everything would get so heat soaked. But you could turn it up and jam out for a couple laps. So time attack. We get this engine partner. We're coming for Gingerman's overall record. So, which should be doable. Which I think Willow Young has it right now.
Yep.
Still.
I think it's still what is it?
In a Civic, it's just a Civic.
Yeah, 123, something like that.
So yeah, he's at a 23. So. Christopher, yeah, give me the keys. I'm sympathetic. I'm mechanically sympathetic to cars in general. I don't like breaking things, so. My own cars I'll push a little bit, but customer car I'm very gentle with. Palmer, it's billet, I'll say that, but it's not a 4-cylinder. Oh, Cheeky Breeky, dry ice reservoir with copper coil cooling, water to air intercooler. Weight becomes a big thing. Potentially some sort of light water mist system. It kind of just depends on what packaging we're going to end up doing. We've got calculations and simulations. Generally, anything water to air intercooler is a lot heavier than air to air. So, hey, there's Steven. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Simple air-to-air intercooler, it always works unless you blow a pipe off, which that's part of the equation too. If you got 20 feet of charge piping, that's not as efficient as 6 inches, which is what you can do with a water to air. Let's see. Yeah. I offered to build Ferris a floor just so it could go up to unlimited.
Is he in the state track mod? Or is he still figuring that out?
I don't know. He should go to unlimited.
I remember talking to him, and that was kind of his big thing. He was like, I don't know.
Yeah. So with Ferris, I mean, yeah, obviously he can drive, but I mean, the car is a monster out of the box. And
Yeah.
He's got some pretty good aero. Biggest thing is power. The thing's just a freaking monster. So
I think I'm not quote unquote only, but I think it's about 8. If I remember correctly, seeing on his dyno.
still, then you got the Canadians. They're 900-ish, right?
Yeah.
Civic that are an ounce from blowing to pieces because that's a lot of power for any track car out of a 4-cylinder. What's that?
Is that how much his is?
Yeah, I think they might touch 1,000. If they do, they don't post about it. But yeah, so they go for one lap at full chat and they're ready to let go.
Yeah. Well, I remember that was Ferris's thing, is like he could only go for 2.
Yeah, and with Ferris, his heat just gets hot.
Yeah.
Where the engine itself is, it's got a lot left. He can make more power.
Yeah.
It's just
For
what's
sure.
going to break. So
Yeah, Dwight says 850, so that might be what he's.
there you go. Palmer, 427. That's displacement, 427 cubic inch. Assuming we go that route. Which
Is that 7 liters?
Yeah, 7 liter. 7 liter. How much boost? Probably 35 pounds of boost if we wanted to get silly.
Yeah, if you wanted to hit your your 25 hundo. But I think what were you thinking? Like 8?
What, PSI?
For like kind of track use, like if you were down like a Gingerman.
Oh, I don't know. It just depends on what I want to do. If we tuned it, I mean, if we turn it up, I'll drive the thing at 1,500 horsepower.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping in, Matt. Well, we're gonna try to do these weekly. Maybe I'll be busy doing something while I chat. Mitch might not be here, but we'll figure it out.
We'll shade it up.
So, let's see what else. I wanna show updates to the repo, but we'll wait and do our own episode. So, yeah, it will be. I just got to make sure the deal goes together. So, everybody wants it. Just got to make it work. Hi, Andrew.
So, as far as kind of like updates for the NVIT, we just need kind of their official word for engine.
We have their support. I have to decide.
Okay. I don't know if that was their situation.
Yeah, so they've made an offer, which is amazing. But now I'm like, do I want to commit to that? Because it's a big commitment on top of everything else I have going on, and I'm only one person, and I don't have room here for 5 guys.
Yeah.
So it's just, yep. 245 to the wheels. What am I even doing in this room?
It's okay. Dyno Day, I put down 150 and I'm still here, so you're fine.
Well, Dwight, at least you have something to the wheels. I've got wheels upstairs in boxes. I got brakes downstairs in storage. I got body parts in a storage unit down the road.
The Bimmer does 4.
Yeah, the Beamer did 450 something. No, was it 450 torque? That's what it was.
No, I thought you put 4 something to the wheel. Like
Yeah,
low 4.
close enough. We just put some Blizzaks on that thing. It's gonna be rad. Steven, but you got the coolest build of 2020. It's in progress. Thanks, Andrew. Palmer, 100%. I just got to decide if I want to commit. Let's back up. We need to refine what they want for timelines. If they're expecting something for like February, I can't do it. Hey, at least it's light, Steven.
Yeah, Steven, yabba dabba doo.
Oh, speaking of that, that's why EJ Trash would be an interesting car for Mitch, because anybody in the back seat's Flintstone mode. There's holes in the floor. You can literally see the ground. So.
I've been telling him for next spring, since like I don't really know how to do manual. I mean, like I can get around town, but like definitely not around track. That's something that I think we want to do as like a little mini series, is like him helping me improve as like content. And I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Not as much fun would be Mitchell showing me how to edit for in case he's too busy. Mitchell started a little venture. You take the reign. Yeah, tell us your new venture.
Oh, we started a media real estate business. It's mostly for like real estate stuff, but yeah, I didn't realize like the first client that we would do like an 8 to 10 video contract. So unfortunately, it means I haven't been here as much, but we're still trying to pump out all the videos that we can. Thankfully, Cody is doing a really good job getting GoPro footage, so I can come.
Because it's so hard.
I mean, still, you gotta like do it and
Set it
think
up.
about it. So yeah, it's been working out well, but out of everything that I've been doing as far as freelance stuff, since that's kind of my job, I don't like have a typical 9 to 5. It's just making sure I can do whatever I can here, because this is my ultimate goal. I want to be here to film for him, to do his media, and kind of just be a part of the team as much as I possibly can. So we'll go from there.
I think we're at what? $40 this month on YouTube?
Woohoo!
That's all going to Mitch. For
Yes.
how many hours of work? Hundreds? I mean,
Yeah.
really, over the summer.
Yeah, since May. But it's one of those things where it's like, I'm thankfully in a position where, you know, when everything happened with coronavirus, I got laid off, and it really started to push me to do something with video, because I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
I did nothing but photography and automotive until then, and I was like, hey Cody, I know you don't really know me, but can I film for you? So anyone that wants to do media or do something like that, and you're okay with doing it for free and eventually get a fee out of it and, you know, make some money, like, don't be afraid to do that. If it wasn't for Cody, I wouldn't be able to do that from where I'm at.
Well, I think it's bridged into other things too.
Absolutely.
It's built your confidence or whatever, your skill set.
For sure. I mean, if I didn't take on that opportunity to do videos for you, I wouldn't have been confident enough to go do like my own little media company.
There you go.
So-
I don't know. So Matt Johnston, he owns SFP Field Productions or something. He's an old Hanami guy from way back in the day. And he did a post like 2 years ago. He just said, if you're broke, go download a free editing software, learn how to edit.
Yeah.
You will make a living. So there you go.
But yes, Palmer, track driving basic series, maybe. Again, if I can get him to show me some stuff, that'd be kind of funny. Trust me, it would be
Rally Matt.
It'd be way more entertaining for you guys, just because. I mean, I want to learn it, but yeah, I think that'd be cool. And that's also a great compliment. Thank you for appreciating all the stuff that we do. And it's true, Andrew. If you don't ask, you don't get.
So Rally Matt. These guys are 075. That's the club name for back. We're at what, Hanami 20 now? We just had Hanami 20.
Yeah.
We were hanging out with these guys at Hanami period, which was like
The first.
yeah, like 2000.
No kidding.
So then Chris Stewart, Adam Jabay, they're all in that area. They're all kind of dispersed.
Uh huh.
But so now Matt Johnson shooting for Ken Block. He's done Gymkhanas.
You kidding me?
No, it's
That's
pretty
so
cool.
cool.
But he was a rally guy for years. I think he won the championship 1 year, so maybe 2 years. But yeah, small world.
That's crazy.
All the 075 crew have done some pretty wild stuff.
I was about to say, from the stories that you told me, it's like you guys all have done something pretty unique and out there.
No. And then Wagon Attack, I tuned Wagon Attack before they killed it. You don't even know what Wagon Attack
I was
is.
about to say, I do not.
For those that don't know, look up Wagon Attack.
Love to see it.
Speed Academy collab. Yeah, that would be interesting. I've known those guys for quite a few years, just from being at Hanami, Hanami stuff, Gingerman.
Trust me, Steven, if we can do some collabs like that, we definitely are about it. I don't know how to, I mean, I guess it kind of goes back to the previous comment, you don't ask, you don't get, but we're trying to figure that out. We really want to make sure we're polished, ready to go, so we can start releasing some good stuff.
Yep. Yeah, like what Rob says, good people. You gotta have good people. So, I figure we'll go until the GoPro battery dies. We got, how much time?
I don't know, was it 30?
Oh, 31%. It lasted longer than I thought it would.
We've been streaming for about 50 minutes.
Yeah, it is 49 minutes. Funny you bring up Hoonigan, and I'll answer your other question, Palmer. We have open invites to Hoonigan and Donut There's a third one for Beastie and NV8.
Didn't you say Farrah wanted to do a piece on it?
I drank beers with Farrah at the second Grid Life. But I'm sure if we had a completed car and tossed him the keys, he wouldn't say no. He wouldn't fit, actually.
I was going to say, I mean, I can't imagine.
Not that he's oversized. He's probably just too tall. And I built the NV. I mean, you got to shoehorn yourself in there if you're much over 5'10".
I know it wasn't even close, but there's a picture of Cody when he had like the small mock-up in his front yard, and I like tried to get in it to see how it would how you would be situated. And I'm 6'2" at like 240, 250. Yeah, I feel very claustrophobic in that thing.
Yeah, it's a tight fit. Electric motors. The electric motors would go in the front. First, last. They're designed to go on an undriven axle. So like Civics, they'd go on the rear wheels. MR2s, NSXs, NV8, they'd go on the front. I don't know how we can make it work on like a front engine rear drive car because the engine's in the way. You can't put the motors in there. So, yeah.
Could you do anything with an already all-wheel drive platform?
Not really, unless we did some kind of crazy pass-through reduction box. No.
Okay.
No.
I was always curious about that.
Not with that design. We could do something like what the Canadian dude, the 350Z, 370Z, whatever, where the hybrid is the flywheel inside the engine or whatever. We could do something like that.
What's Throttle? That was the other one that I think you were thinking of. What's Mickey doing with their Tesla 350?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch. I know I built the manifold for Mickey. The rear wheel drive. Well, I forgot what they call it.
I don't know if they call it the Freak. If that's what they're calling it.
FREK.
Yeah.
So the Freak. So I've yet to watch really any of Mickey's videos. Every now and then I check his notifications to see if he talks about the manifold, but he's been too busy with other stuff.
Honestly, like he hasn't just posted that many videos on it.
He's just been busy. So. Let's see. Yeah, that one. Steven, thank you. Yeah, so actually I was with Random Rob too. And Turbo's Toy Box. I think Andy was there, wasn't he, Rob? I forgot. But yeah, we're all down at Grid Life hanging out, and I didn't do YouTube. Like at the time, I don't think I had a video on YouTube in a couple of years. And this dude walks up, because we had a covered trailer, and it was just storming, blowing. I mean, I had a tent drop down over the NV8. Dude comes up, just strolling in, and, looking for shelter. And Rob's like, dude, that's Matt Farrah. I'm like, I don't know who the hell that is. so we gave him beers and stuff. We hung out, talked. It was cool.
I was about to say, Dwight, yeah, I've heard he's a cool dude. I know he mentioned that in one of his comments. I know, I lost my crap. I mean, I'm going to, make that easy to say. I lost my cookies when he told me that. He was like, oh yeah, well, once this is all done, we're going to go all the way to California. I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, you just know these people? And he's like, yeah, we've got open invites. I lost my freaking cookies. I was like, what are we doing? Let's go. So I'm excited for it. Super excited for it.
That's funny, Mamba. Yeah, exactly. We were going to do... So part of the sponsorship that we had with BC this year was we had the car at SEMA and PRI. COVID ruined that, and the company actually was bought out and they went out of business. So, RIP. But while we were out west, we were going to do our Hoonigan, and we were going to schedule all that. But for us to go out there, it's a 30-hour tow, and I'm not going to ship a car out there. I've seen Larry Chen do some stuff, like on this side of the country, so that might be something, but we'll see. So I mentioned in the hybrid video that Beastie's going to have a YouTube mode which spins the wheels in opposite directions because it's hybrid. We can do that, and that'll introduce some pretty wild donuts. So that's the boyhood dream that I have in my head. So get dizzy from turning donuts so fast.
I know that's my hopefully we can do some stuff with Beastie and like I can be in the passenger seat because I haven't really been in that.
No Ford's going to be a passenger seat. There has to be because of rides, but we have to fit. So we got to fit the hybrid. We got to fit the motors in the back. which takes place to the gas tank where it's at now. So we
Okay.
got to put the gas tank somewhere. Then we got to put the battery pack somewhere.
You'd probably make me throw up.
I hate riding in cars. I get sick.
I was gonna say you'd probably make me throw up because I get car sick.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. So, yeah. So hopefully we can get going on Beastie. COVID's slowed everything down. We're waiting on the battery pack. It took them 3 months to cash a check because COVID. So it's not their fault. It's the banks. In Michigan and northern Michigan, we're not really affected, except we can't go out to eat dinner right now. We're relatively low cases, all that stuff. But other parts, you got to remember, other parts of the country, they're literally locked down. They can't even go outside.
I was gonna say I have some friends in Oregon. Yeah, Oregon, me too.
Yep, it's pretty wild. So, but I do know a lot of people that actually have had it now, whereas a month ago,
Yeah.
it was a myth. I didn't actually know anybody that had it, and I've had people that I actually know that have had it. So, relatively all minor. One guy went to the hospital. One of the track guys, like nothing crazy. He had to get on oxygen, but he's home now. So, yeah.
Yeah, Palmer, I would love the publicity from Larry Chen and to meet him too, because I'm just an absolute fanboy, big time.
What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing next week, Rob? Super spreader? Hopefully vacation. That's something I'm going to try to do this year.
What, actually vacation?
Actually go somewhere warm and go fishing for a week. Like, yeah, but...
What, yeah, where would you go? If you could go on vacation and go fishing, I don't know if you guys know this, but Cody's a big fisherman.
Yeah.
He loves to go out.
I'm usually successful. Where would I go? Gonna visit everyone. All right. Yeah, you still haven't stopped by my shop to do a video.
I'm not a sheep.
Let's just say the little town we're at, nobody wears masks. It's funny. Sean stopped out last week. I did weld up something on his Macan, and yeah, he walks in at stores and he comes back. He's like, dude, nobody's wearing masks. I'm like, because we're not sheep. What do you? He was like blown away, and the cops have been in there. They're in and out. Like nobody wears masks. Like just be respectful. Don't breathe over someone's shoulder. Palmer, I'm really good at finding bass. If I try to find pike, I do okay if I'm in a specific lake. But I average somewhere over 100 bass a summer, and I usually can only go a couple times a week. So.
What were some of the cool catches you would get out on Lake Michigan? Because you chartered a lot.
Yeah, so I'll do a video on it one of these next summer. I'll do one, but years ago my dad was part of a charter crew, if you will, and he just got too busy for it or whatever, and somehow I took his place more or less 30 years later. So we don't charter, we just go out and have fun, go fish. So biggest thing, they go for kings all summer,
Yeah.
and then usually end up catching a whole mess of lake trout, and then we got a half dozen good kingfish, or good king salmon out there. We had one that was
I remember you sent me a picture of it. It's huge.
25 pounds or something. And it was funny, the captain's wife, she caught one over 30 in a women's tournament.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, yeah, Palmer, I was trying to get Mitch to join me one of these times. Let's just say the lake I fish at a lot. I haven't decided how personal I want to get, but I have access to a nice lake. And yeah, there's the average bass in there is 18, 19 inches. So yeah, certain times of the summer, it seems like Memorial Day to mid-June, I can catch 20, 30 fish in the morning. So I'll get Mitch out there one of these times so he can film.
That'd be cool. I only went fishing when I was younger. And it's definitely not like it is up here.
Kayak fish though? Can you do kayak?
Good thing the GoPro's waterproof.
It's only a couple feet deep, so if you go in, you're fine. I mean, there's mud, but you probably wouldn't drown.
Be good for that.
So, Oh, what else? Any other cool stuff? There's a lot of cool stuff. It's just we're waiting on everything. Yeah, we're up in Traverse City area. We definitely have a lot of spreaders from down south, but it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. Everybody's gonna get it.
I just saw that Pfizer. I think they have a supposed vaccine.
They'll have a vaccine, and apparently there's 40 million people that are gonna have it by the new year.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the population won't need it. And if they do it, it's to keep it from spreading to those who are susceptible. So.
Yeah. What about the other Ultima? Oh, I was about to say no one's asked about the RS.
Yeah. So this is kind of, I'll talk about it, I guess. The same engine partner wants to go really fast. Probably everybody heard about the SSC debacle. 331 miles an hour. Nope, it was actually like 224.
I thought it was 280.
No, it was whatever software they were using. There was a multiplication factor of 1.45.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was pretty bad. It's funny because Eric Streeter, good friend, partner, or whatever. He actually had the GPS unit. I forget the name of the company, but he actually had the GPS unit that
Koenigsegg.
Nope. Was it Koenigsegg?
They had the original at like 277.
No. It was.
And then Bugatti did 305 on their own testing grounds.
Okay, so then it was whatever one was here. So it was Koenigsegg, I think.
Yeah.
And it was like 286 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But he actually had that unit in his hand, and
Really?
yeah, they didn't clear it, so he had all the data and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's funky.
But I think we're gonna be gearing up to try to beat that with the RS.
I think John said it in the video, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he wanted to do some top speed runs, but now that we have a partner that's just throwing us a drivetrain, they're giving him a full engine, transmission, turbos, everything. Yeah, thank you, Dwight. So,
These folks.
we're gonna raise jet boats.
Mercury 1350s, baby. Just throw them on the back of one of your fishing boats.
I'll stick to kayaks for boats. Oh, did you break the chair?
No, I went into the little crack because
okay.
there's the dip.
Is it a 481X? I don't know that language. What does that mean?
I don't know either.
I think it means an engine type, so expand on that.
Oh, he might be asking what displacement it is, and I don't know if that's.
It's going to be a 427.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that was your question, cheeky.
it's going to be a 427 full billet block heads. It's the bee's knees. So yeah, that thing would be what you're gonna. I don't know. It's funny because I'll tell you a story about Ultima. We got the yellow one here. I've had it for a year now, just working on the body and whatever. I was using their hashtags. I was using Ultima hashtags. Ultima, Can-Am, this and that. Well, they wrote an email or they wrote a message to me on Instagram. They're like, "Yeah, you can cease and desist." And so I stopped using the hashtags because I didn't want to offend them. But apparently, you can trademark hashtags in the UK and it's worldwide. I didn't know that. So on this latest round, I reached out to Ultima and I'm like, "Hey, you guys want to be involved with top speed record run?"
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, basically, "No, it's too risky."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they asked about access to the photos too, and I sent it to them, and they never got them for some reason.
Oh.
Or when we did John's.
Oh, yeah, because you gotta specifically add their email.
It just was
Weird.
not working for some reason.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't know that I can mention names yet. Cheeky Breeky. It is a well-known engine builder via a third-party partnership. So when I get the blessing and when things are either signed and or when the parts are here, that's when names will get dropped, and we'll be doing some pretty cool videos. I'll be doing not safe for work. Yeah, not safe for work tags. It's pretty wild. So, and then the Albans gearbox for the Envy, that's going to be pretty much full billet too. So
When's that come in?
I don't know. Makes it kind of tough to target a Pikes Peak run when we don't know when that's going to get here, because I need that to even have a rolling car, considering it's half the chassis. So, yeah, I'm the same way. Mamba, like I remember 519 just with the Porsche thing, but that was a pretty substantial number.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I think we're about going to wrap up.
I was going to say it's been about an hour.
It's been an hour. What's next? Well, I got to finish the mold for the Altima, and then I'll be pulling the Kevlar front end out of that. Also be finishing the roll cage on the S2000. When that's done, I can do the update on this. It's a pretty cool update. Keen eyes can see it or have seen it. And Steven knows what I'm talking about, obviously, but I need to do a proper update on that. And we'll be fitting some more parts to it. So,
What about, we haven't talked about it.
You don't explain to me, but yeah, this is what it feels like. Okay. Can you give any more updates of the potential job of why you built the auto, or why you're building the autoclave? You have not really talked about that, or what can you really talk about?
I've received a deposit. Tooling has started. We've received blessings to film the process from now until we have the first parts. Yeah, I can't talk about
I know,
much. I know. I'm trying to think what else I can say. I don't want to say what it is.
Well,
either. It's carbon fiber. It's a lot of carbon fiber stuff.
Yeah, I messed that up because I was like, yeah, you really can't really talk about much. So that's my bad.
No, it's good. There's something coming, and we'll be doing a full, like a mini series on it. It's gonna be multi-episode.
Oh, yeah.
Which I talked to Chuck. I said his name. I talked to Chuck. Chuck's a pretty common name, but I talked to Chuck, and he's like, absolutely, he's all on board. So,
Cool.
Yeah, Mitchell's gonna be over filming. Well, the autoclave series is kind of a part of it.
Yes.
So I built the autoclave for that, but also, I mean, as a side benefit, my other stuff.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah,
for
so-
sure.
Multi-episode things. I'm gonna bring the GoPro. I've got a meeting with Cox Machine on Tuesday morning,
Ew.
so to go talk about that job. So I'll bring this.
Cool.
Him and I had one last week, but that was like, he's like, "What are we doing?" So no, I didn't want to film that. That's
Yeah, I don't blame it.
there was a lot of phallic objects discussed, and phallic things were mentioned a lot, and I was like, no, we don't need this.
Cool. Well, I want to say thank you because he kind of was like, dude, there's probably only gonna be like 5 people and it's gonna be weird, but I feel like this was really cool to talk to, some of you guys and answer some questions, because it's cool to connect and see what you guys want to, talk about and hear about, but also on Cody's end. So
Yeah. No. Palmer, last one. We switched out to LM4 for Pikes Peak because of weight. I wish I'd have left the LQ9 in there because that thing was a workhorse. But yeah, so the car was sold. I don't know what. Last I heard, it's mothballed in the corner somewhere. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But car two's doesn't seem like it, but it's probably 70% done. So, but yeah. So thanks guys for tuning in. We'll do this weekly. I know because I did a question. Oh, of course, now Scott hops in. I did a question, a post on YouTube, and we had 2 for 2 for Thursday. So I'm going to try to target Thursdays on the live. So
Probably around the same time frame if we can to make it consistent.
yep.
Actually, out of random curiosity of who's in the chat left, where are you guys located? I'm kind of curious on time zones here. If you want to answer.
A lot of them are, well, yeah, I know several people, but yeah, Justin, it's going to be pretty wild. I'm nervous. We are going to test it, obviously, before it's turned on in here. So
So Palmer's in the Midwest.
Central. I feel like a couple guys were overseas.
Yeah.
A couple of the earlier guys.
I just won. Ooh, Dwight's in South Haven. What up?
Yeah.
Lee's in California.
Cool. Yep.
Just trying to figure out timings wise. Oh, Tobias is all the way out in Germany. Dude, what time is it over there?
Germany, it's got to be 1
It's
o'clock.
like midnight? Yeah. Ooh, Hawaii. I got family in Hawaii and Oahu, so I appreciate that, Nate.
Cool. Oh, hey, Jim. I'm just hanging out, man. Working a lot. So, yeah, Hawaii's 6 hours behind us.
Yeah.
So it's lunchtime. Denver. There you go.
Sweet. Well, thanks, guys.
St. Croix, U.S. Oh, Virgin Islands. I want to go there for my vacation.
I was about to say, that'd be a cool place to fish.
No, I've actually never done the Keys. I want to go tarpon fishing.
That,
Catch some massive tarpon. That's what I want to do.
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
But all right, cool. I think we're gonna wrap it up. We'll do a little more like announcing or whatever for next week. Hopefully, we have some more updates on the NV8 stuff by next week. So we should. I think we'll be good. We might even have renders actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, it's things need to be in place and contracts need to be signed before too much is like. Oh,
I know. I just can't wait to like actually have you talk.
Drop the bomb.
Yeah. There's a lot of content where it's like I can't really say it all. I can't really go over it all, but yeah, really cool stuff.
So cool, guys. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Oh, Palmer. NV8 quarter mile. I don't know. There's a video in here in the 8th mile like 5 years ago without
no
a body.
body.
And really crappy tires, and it was pretty quick. Yeah, look up sometime in 2016 to give you a date.
I literally think you can type in NV 8th mile.
Oh, and yeah, it'll come up. So it should. If we put some slicks on that thing, some actual drag slicks,
Oh, dude, I bet you'd hug.
ET Streets. Well, yeah, because we got the third element stuff. We could really dial in squat. That thing would do somewhere in the 6s. Like, if we actually get the power that high. Yeah, if we can run 3,000 horsepower on that thing for a quarter mile,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, keep
that's
it in.
2,000 pounds. They run 3,000 horsepower in GTRs,
Let's do it.
and they do 6s. So
Do it.
just,
Hey,
it just takes the money.
hold on and don't die.
It would do fine. All right.